Warning, this podcast contains bloodlust. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the S.T.A.R podcast for DC's Legends of Tomorrow, Season 1, Episode 3, Blood Ties. I'm your host, Dom, filling in for the one and only Clio, who could not make it tonight. Next to me, I have Omikins.
Hi.
Hi. And why are you talking to me and looking that way? Hi.
Hi.
And next to me is... over there is Rachel.
You guys are going to confuse yourselves the whole entire time.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then if he says something stupid, you can just reach over and snack him.
That's very true.
So how are you today, Rachel?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Get my drink?
Yeah.
No.
Ooh. What'd you ladies think about this episode?
It was a good episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
It wasn't named Pilot.
It wasn't what?
Named Pilot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is very true. This was Blood Ties.
Mm-hmm.
And weren't we... I can't remember if we were just talking about this last week or if we were talking about it on Arrow. But weren't we talking about how Sarah didn't have the same bloodlust as Thea? I think it was on last week's Arrow podcast. Cause,
Shouldn't have the same... It's like hers goes longer periods without having to need it, seems like.
mm-hmm.
I think it was on Arrow. We were talking about it.
Yeah, I think so too. You don't remember having that conversation, right?
I was on Arrow.
That would eliminate
Yeah.
the fact that it wasn't on this. Thank you,
Okay.
Captain Obvious. So did the group finally learn what teamwork means?
No, they're never gonna learn.
No?
There's gonna be an episode, every episode, where at least one of them strays off on their own. Or tries to.
Of course.
Mm.
Although, yeah. I mean, a little bit soon enough they will, but not right now. It's too early.
Right.
They're still in their selfish ways.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some are less selfish than others, but right now they're still in their selfish ways. I mean, just look at Leo.
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean, it seems like he tried to do good.
He did. In his own way. Yeah.
He tried to do good, and it didn't matter.
Nope.
Some things are just fixed.
Yeah. So Nikki's been down here all weekend for my birthday and stuff, so we ended up watching this episode the other night. Last night?
A birthday that you didn't have a bounce house at.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
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 I say a birthday you didn't have a bounce house.
Yeah, no, I needed a bounce house. Yeah, I think we watched it last night. And the whole time, Nikki's like, oh, Sarah and Rip, they're going to hook up. Right?
Yeah. I totally get that vibe.
Are you feeling the same way, Rachel? Do you think that's
No. I think Rip is still he's still trying to save his wife and his kids. I don't think... I mean, he might have feelings, but he's not going to do anything on them.
Mm.
I mean, it's more likely that Leo and Sarah do something, but, I mean, I feel the Rip.
Yeah, I can see that. I can
Yeah.
see Leo there.
You could see Eminem and Sarah.
Eminem.
He's Eminem. He's
I could totally see Leo and Sarah.
yeah.
That actually would be kind of cute.
See,
Because the banter between the two are just hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, it's great. There's got to be some love-hate relationship between the two of them.
Oh, definitely.
So, but we learn Rip has tried killing Vandal before.
4,000 years ago.
Yeah, it seemed like it was like right at the beginning, right? Like the very first case.
It was before he even tried to kill Kara. And
Yeah, before he even became an immortal.
yep.
So
then that would have altered the timeline a whole hell of a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good way. Central City could have been like not Central City. It could have been It could have been Metropolitan or something. I don't know.
Metropolis?
Yes, that one.
And then Carter and Kara would never have had their son. That was the doctor. That was...
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm just, wow.
Yeah, because then he wouldn't have been able to do the research to find Vandal Savage in the first place. Nobody would have known about Vandal Savage. Therefore, Rip never would have found out, and he never would have been able to make the trip to kill Vandal Savage. I don't know.
The team would have never got together.
This is true.
This seems like it's really overly complicated now.
It
Well,
does.
I mean, it's just like unraveling a sweater. Pull this thread as you walk away.
Okay, Weezer.
You know what's coming. Well, we all knew that was coming.
Right.
You know, you just, one little thread, you're like, oh, wait, you got a thread on you. You pull that, and then it just keeps unraveling, you know? And that's basically what would have happened.
Yeah. But, I mean, we've learned in, at least Nikki is going to be, I'm not going to explain this again, but we just had an episode of The Flash where somebody from the future who was killed in the present has a version of their past self come into the distant present after they were killed as their first visit. And that, Nikki has already seen it, she knows what I'm talking about, and that confused her more. So, I could just see it in her face. And,
I still don't get it.
right. So, there is a possibility that the timeline would still exist intact some way.
Well, see, what's funny I found is, like, they knew him as, Kadir or whatever they call him. But Vandal didn't know anything about his family until Rip started playing with the time.
Mm-hmm.
And now Vandal knows about his family and is, like, going to go after his family.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that look on Rip's face was like, oh shit, I did it to myself.
Right.
I'm the one that caused all this. It's like, yeah, he caused the past to happen by going back from the future.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It would, if you didn't go back to the future, it's just like, wow, yeah.
Time travel, definitely, I enjoy it. It's one of my favorite plot devices, my favorite, like, aspects to a story, anything like that. But logistically trying to figure out how it works is always a headache.
You can't.
Always.
I do love at the beginning when he was telling everyone, he mentioned, so, I mean, I think we were mentioning this either in our Supergirl podcast or something, that in like the Flash universe and the Arrow universe, we've never heard them mention Superman or Batman. And what did Rip do?
Yeah, he mentioned them.
He mentioned Dark Knight, yeah.
I've seen Men of Steel die and Dark Knight's Fall.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, we were just talking about that. Are they like reading our? I don't know. It was like, wow.
Right? It was legit, like, right after we started discussing it. It's like the very next episode. It's like, yep, there it is.
Yeah, it was like, because we were talking about Supergirl, because we're like, if they're supposed to be in the same
universe,
technically, this universe, they don't mention them on the other shows. They don't mention and of course, if Superman is in there, there's going to be Batman, and then, but they don't ever mention them.
Yeah, because it's weird, because you have, like, metas and stuff crossing over onto both Flash and Arrow, and never once have aliens been brought up. It's like, yeah, so I can understand reservations of, like, are they in the universe? And there was a theory going around that the Flash was going to go to another dimension, like another Earth. Maybe not necessarily Earth 2, but, like, Earth 3 or something, and that's where Supergirl's from. And the only reason that Barry's crossing over onto to see Kara and that team over there would be because he's the only one currently able to
do that,
to go through dimensions. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just thought that was really interesting when I heard that. I was like, wait a minute. I rewound it. I was like,
yeah. So this episode really dealt around Carter's remains. A.k.a. the Vessel.
The Vessel.
The Vessel.
well, we never really. I mean, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
He gets a soul, but didn't think that his blood would be. But it was kind of almost unrealistic because it depends on how far of a time it was between when he died and when they did that, because otherwise his blood would kind of coagulate and it wouldn't really flow as freely.
Right.
Yes.
But was the vessel actually Carter, or was it the altar itself, or even the chalice?
It might be either or. Either way, they're drinking blood to give themselves a couple 100 years.
What are they, vampires?
I don't know. You tell us.
That's not how it works.
Mm-mm.
Well, I don't think there's so much vampires as they don't drinking the blood to stay alive. They're just drinking it to extend their life. They're still mortal. They'll still die.
Right.
They're just going to extend their lives by a couple 100 years.
Huh.
That's what he said.
Yeah, he said that it would give him 100 years, give or take. So.
Mm-hmm. So.
Definitely
How interesting.
Yes, very, very interesting.
I did like Sarah in this, how she was able to pinpoint like all the different say agencies, but all the different members.
Yeah, Sarah was badass this episode.
She was.
I mean, she's always badass, but more so this episode.
Mm-hmm. She's just like, he has calluses on his hand. So? She's like, I have those same calluses. And Rip's just like totally oblivious.
Yeah, from swordsmanship and yeah, all kinds of crazy stuff. She's able to identify all the scars.
Rip can go back and forth in the future and the past, all he wants, travel time, but in the long run, even though it's been short, has experienced a lot more.
Yeah.
So I think her knowledge is probably the most useful right now.
Quite possibly, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, but Sarah, like, her bloodlust is still insane, but we still see she does have control. She has a little
more control, and it seems like goes longer than Thea's. Thea's like every 1 or 2 months she has to.
Yeah, but Sarah's been killing the last 3 episodes, so.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's as bad.
It's because she keeps killing.
Because she keeps killing. That could be it.
How many people? She killed 3 people this episode.
This episode. But
she killed, then. I think she killed at least 1 or 2 last episode. I don't think she killed anybody in the first episode.
No.
Mm-mm. So. Well, we don't know how long she went before.
Right.
Really.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like it consumes her like it does Thea.
Yeah.
It doesn't consume her where she completely just goes completely out of control.
Yeah.
I mean,
but you saw at the very end of the episode when she's stabbing, you think she's stabbing the shit out of the guy, and then it cuts out, pans out, and it's just oh, there's 300 knife marks right next to his head. It's oh.
I thought that was hilarious.
It was great, but it just goes to show the amount of self-control she has.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe her body wants to keep doing the action, but
maybe it is. Maybe it's the action, not actually the blood. The actual physically killing them, just the rage. Maybe she doesn't have the bloodlust, but a rage.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll just punch a couple people and be fine.
Yeah. But
you don't know.
My big problem with this episode was with Rip. Didn't they just go over that Kendra had to be the one to kill him, and then he goes and slits his throat and tries to kill him?
Well, yeah, he knew.
He knew. It's just Kendra was out, and
this is a way. It was just a way to slow him down a little bit.
Exactly, slow him down.
Mm.
Yeah.
They just wanted to slow him down a little bit so they could leave.
I mean, Rip is he's a fucking idiot. He really is. He gave Vandal the name of his family, the names of his family.
That's what I'm saying. But it's if he never went back, would his family still be alive in the future? Or, you know what I mean? It's he gave them, like I said, he gave him the information, but he went back to save his family in the future. So he's like this weird kind of paradox kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because Vandal didn't know until Rip told him. So in the future, he kills his wife, but then he goes back in time to stay. It's just this weird loop.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Aside from Rip and Sarah, we had Kendra, Stein, and Ray.
Mm-hmm. Which was interesting.
It's definitely interesting. I mean, I love the dynamic of having, Stein, who's the professor from Flash, to Ray Palmer, who's the billionaire business tech from Arrow, and you throw the two together and you find out that, we've known for a while now, but that one is the student, one is the professor. It just really meshes these universes together even more.
Mm-hmm.
It's just be like, and there was stuff before all this, and it's crazy. I love it.
I know he threw Ray off by telling him some incorrect information, trying to make him sound like he remembered him. But I'm wondering if the teacher, if he really does remember him or not.
I don't know.
Because sometimes you're like thinking, well, maybe he does, but he's just not telling him because he doesn't want to get a big head or something, or wants to admit that he remembers him, kind of thing. Or sometimes you're like, well, maybe he really doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw young Stein. He seemed pretty full of himself.
Mm-hmm.
And he still has a pretty big ego because he's got the statues and the awards to kind of represent that. So,
and there was a lot of pot there.
There was a lot of pot.
But when was Ray his student? I think at that point he probably was married and was off pot.
Yeah, probably.
So, yeah, but I mean that still takes a toll on you.
To a degree.
Yeah.
To a degree.
Depends on how much you did.
Mm-hmm.
In conjunction with what else.
I don't think it was enough because he's still
probably
really,
not.
Really.
But we don't know what else he was doing because he seems a little more bumbly now than he was younger, and maybe that's just part of his age and stuff coming into play. We don't know if something else. Well, watch. There's going to be an episode, something where like part of Stein's brain is like damaged. And that explains exactly how, and it's because they did it in the past, and I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think it has anything to do with drug use, but I don't know. Maybe there was a point when Ray was going to school and there was something else going on. We don't know what happened to his wife. At least I don't know. I mean, did they say what happened to his wife in Flash? I don't know. Maybe that was at the point when Ray
No, Ray was only on for one episode on The Flash.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying when he was the student.
When he was
when he was a student of him, maybe something was going on with the professor and his wife. That's why he doesn't remember a lot of the student.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that could be. He was just preoccupied, stuff like that.
Yeah, because I don't know what happened to his wife.
Yeah.
I didn't know if they said what happened in the Flash or not, or if they even went there.
Yeah.
So.
But basically, Ray had shrunk himself down to be small enough to enter Kendra's bloodstream to play asteroids with some calcium deposit. I don't know what the hell was in her bloodstream.
It was
part of the dagger.
Yeah, pieces of the dagger.
Oh, okay.
That she got stabbed with.
Gotcha. Yeah, so he was going in there playing asteroids with that, and it was just like you shoot the smaller sized ones, the average sized ones, I'll say, and he's like, oh, you have to watch out, they break into smaller pieces, and then the last one, he's just like, this one's so much bigger than all the others, and he like.
It is like asteroids. Obviously, he remembers the game, but not enough to not remember that part.
No, I know, but I'm saying like he blows up the biggest one. And it's just gone in one shot. Like, it didn't break off into fragments, and he had to blow all these other, like, little ones. Like, I was waiting for him to blow it and have it, like, start rushing toward her, like, the edge of her, blood vessels, and he had to race, and get... But it was just
vaporized him. He didn't blow him up, he vaporized him.
I don't know. He should have done that with all of them, then. Not just that big one.
Well, something happened. He got hit.
But he was only able to do that because Stein lied to him.
Yeah. A
so,
boost of confidence.
Does the show condone lying? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Stein has lied more than Mick and Leo combined this whole series.
You're right.
He has.
Mick and Leo are pretty... I mean, as...
They are honest.
I was gonna say, as criminals goes, they're pretty honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty straightforward. They'll just tell you straight out.
Yeah, they told you right from the get-go. You know, and they did exactly what they said they were going to do. Was go around and burgle some things in the timeline. Burgle.
Maybe I should put Stein and Rip in the same category because they're pretty much even.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, Stein and Rip are actually kind of close in that.
Liars and wait for their pants to catch on fire.
But S.T.A.R decides he wants to steal, I don't remember the name of the diamond.
It was the emerald.
It was an emerald? Yeah.
Yes. Hope Emerald or something? I don't know.
No.
It wasn't the Hope Diamond, I know that much.
No, it was an emerald.
No, I know. That's why I said the Hope Emerald. It had a name. I don't remember what it was. But it's a diamond, an emerald rather, that his father was going to steal and then go to jail. And when he came back from jail, he was abusive toward his family. So his whole plan was to steal it so his father didn't go to jail, and so he would never abuse his family. But
he screwed up, kinda.
Kind of, but I don't know.
Because he said, because if you die, my sister won't be born.
Yeah.
He pulled a Stein.
He
did, but that seemed like it didn't affect the timeline.
We don't know yet. The timeline right now only goes up to he spends 5 years in jail. They haven't gone to the point. I don't think it's gone beyond that point.
We don't know yet, but Gideon had said that the future remained unchanged.
Yeah. So his sister's still born and all that. Yeah. Everything still went down.
Unless Gideon is wrong, which we haven't seen yet. So I'm going to say the timeline is fine. It's intact. But it's only because his father ended up getting arrested 2 days later trying to sell the diamond to an undercover police officer, or the emerald.
Emerald.
Yeah. All right. It's the Emerald City. He tried to steal Emerald City.
It's green. It's an emerald.
But yeah, it was like, he seriously said it too. His father wasn't the smartest thief.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, look at little Theo. I was like, oh.
But yeah, it was awesome having Jax just like flying around, this little ship doing whatever. Now that little pod that they were in or whatever, that doesn't do time travel separate, right?
No, I don't think so.
It doesn't think so.
It's more
like a little like a little Vespa you run around town in.
Gotcha.
Vespa.
Okay. Yeah, and then Mick kind of proves this episode that he's not just dumb muscle.
He's not thick-headed.
Yeah.
That was very...
He's like an onion.
He said that... After Rip said that you're not as thick-headed as I thought, what he said next, it reminded me of... oh, God, no. Movie. What is his name? Batista played him. Yeah, him. That reminded me.
Yeah. Who?
George?
No.
Oh.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Who was
Drax.
Drax, that's it. It kind of, when he said that, it was very reminiscent. He insulted me kind of thing, you know? It was just like, oh, they're going to play him that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I thought it was kind of cool. It's just like a little nod to that.
Yeah. And then Kendra, after she had gotten woken up from, the dagger and all that, she started having these visions. But it's a vision of current fight going on near Carter's body. So
I think it was the chanting.
You think it was the chanting and all that?
Well, she was a priestess.
That is true.
She was a priestess, and it would sound like an ancient, Egyptian chant.
Right,
and Vandal and Carter and her, they're all linked, so it is possible that she can hear or see through them at certain times.
Yeah. Yeah, I just didn't know if it was because she was tied to Carter still, or the chanting, or maybe it was both.
Yeah, she's tied to Vandal. It doesn't matter whether or not she's tied to Carter or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Because she was singing the same chant over and over again, too, but...
Mm-hmm.
That was just really weird.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Overall, though, I thought this episode was definitely better than the second episode.
Mm-hmm.
I still think I really like the first episode more, though.
The first episode, yeah. But I mean, we only have 3.
No, that's true.
We only have 3.
That's true. But, so, like, any typical movie trilogy so far, it's in the order that I enjoy, which is 1, 3, 2. So.
Well, we're still getting to know them, and they're doing a little backstory, and they all have something in their past they want to change, and I bet you at one point in time they're all going to try to go change stuff.
Yeah. I mean, but like, look at the original Star Wars trilogy. 1, 3, 2, in the order that they came out. So that's 4, 6, 5.
Mm-hmm.
You know, look at the new Star Wars trilogy that doesn't actually exist. I liked episode 1, probably the most out of them because all that stuff. Then episode 3 because it was like darker and whatever. And episode 2, I don't think anybody on the earth likes. And then I think my only, Jurassic Park 1, 3, 2, same thing. Like Lost World, I didn't really enjoy that much. I think my only exception is Back to the Future, which is 2, 1, 3. But when you really think of it, I wouldn't have enjoyed 2 unless I saw 1 first. So it's probably 1, 2, 3 when I really get down to it. But anyway,
yeah.
I don't know. We'll see where this show goes. I'm excited. This show I look forward to probably more than any. It used to be Flash for me every week. I enjoyed. Couldn't wait for Flash. Now it's I can't wait for Legends of Tomorrow. So still really.
I just love the dynamics. I would like to get a background on Mix.
Yeah.
On him, I'd like to get a background on him.
For sure.
Because he seems like he's the only one we don't know really anything concrete about.
They really haven't revealed much on the Flash either, so
no.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So I'm really kind of interested about that one.
Yeah.
I did notice the 2 graves at the end though. It threw me for a loop, and I'm like, "Who's the other?" Oh, her son.
Yep. Yeah. So we know they're going to the 80s now. They're getting their parachute pants ready.
What are parachute pants?
Oh, poor Jackson. You're so innocent. You're so young. Oh, he's gonna be in for a rude awakening, and he's gonna be so upset that time even existed. He's gonna walk out like Run DMC or some shit. Oh.
Get some MC Hammer going.
I want to see Mick and Leo jump around in Hammer Time, just for the kicks.
Can't touch this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, next week, episode 4 is called White Knights. When Vandal Savage retreats behind the Iron Curtain in the early 1980s, a string of nuclear scientists begins to mysteriously disappear. The team follows Vandal's trail straight into the heart of the Soviet Union in an attempt to find his next target. Ray tries to bond with a beautiful Soviet scientist, Valentina Vostok, in hopes of finding out Vandal's next move. When Valentina rejects him, it's Snart to the rescue.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Stein pushes Jax to be better, which frustrates Jax and ultimately threatens the Firestorm Matrix.
Uh-oh.
And Rip asks Sarah to train Kendra.
Oh, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a good thing because...
It is good, but I mean, the last time she tried to, physically train, it kind of failed, and Cisco had to step in and give her a good talk.
Right.
So, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe she'll connect better with Sarah.
Yeah, probably. But she still
has
to find a way to embrace the priestess.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah is not going to take it easy on her, but she will. But in the same point, it will teach Kendra a lot.
Yeah. I'm hoping that we see Carter somewhere along the way. I never thought I would say that. But a different incarnation of him, and maybe he won't be as angry and,
douchey?
know. Yeah, exactly.
Douchey.
So.
Douchey.
Yep. So I think that about does it. Rachel. No, you're over here. Rachel over there. Rachel, where can the people find you?
They can find me at Twitter, right there. I'm Savannah17 on Twitch at Savannah.
Excellent. Nikki, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyYVENOM24.
Yeah. Interesting. You like painted it on the wall above you? Yeah. You can find me down below. Backwards. Down below. That's Phenomenon. PHENOMEDOM. Thought I was gonna get away with that with no Clio. I should have known better.
Not a chance.
You can also find us and more on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, and right here on YouTube /ASOTV podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, movies, and video games. Until next week. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Well, at least we know Superman Batman's movie ends up with both of them dying.
Yes.
One could only hope.